FT Live postgame show. It's just AJ and Braun breaking down the Cubs and the Padres, and then we'll get to the Tigers and the Guardians in a little bit. But the Padres even up the series. A big win for San Diego. They shut out Chicago 3-0 at Wrigley. Just enough offense with the Machado home run, and they get a little early action. The one run across, thanks in part to some back-to-back hits to start the first, and then a double steal off of opener. Andrew
We talked about this.
Is that the difference in the game, though, in your mind? Did Counsell get outmanaged?
Runs, first
right.
of all. Let's also not forget the Cubs didn't score any runs. But I will say this. The opener did not work because then later on, Shota faced Manny with a base open, hung him a split, whack. Then it's 3-0. If you're going to make all these fancy schmancy moves to let, I don't want Shota to face this top of the lineup then, but he had to face him later, and then he didn't pitch around him and face Jackson Merrill.
Right.
Why would you not walk him with 2 outs right there?
So the only concept is that they are limiting the amount of times that Shota faces the righties?
But in big situations, don't you want your best matchup? This is like I'm trying to be cute, but I don't want to be that cute, but I'm trying to be too cute, and I'm not that cute, and then all of a sudden, whack. Manny Machado hits one to the frickin' moon.
And I know it's the postseason, but starters start.
Yes.
So all of a sudden, in the postseason, you're asking a guy who only starts his entire life to do something different.
And you also use Kittredge, who, again, was one of your better late-inning relievers. If they would have had the lead, they would have liked to have had Kittredge up. Now he's probably down tomorrow. I mean, I don't know that. I mean, he threw 20-something pitches.
Yeah.
The two teams that forced Game 3 today, the bullpens are going to be a question tomorrow. Detroit's bullpen's in better spot than Cleveland. Cade Smith threw 30 pitches in a 6-1 game.
Right.
Gaddis 2 days in a row. Zaborski 2 days in a row. Right?
This is why in Game 3, it is very difficult for the team that was trailing 1-0 because they're balls to the wall.
Yes, they
in
have
Game
to be.
2. You have to.
Listen, Dylan Cease pitched really well in this game. He went, 3 innings? Came out in the 4th?
3 and change. Yep.
And then they had to go to Morihone for multiple innings. Mason Miller, multiple innings. Suarez, multiple innings.
5 1/3, 1 hit, no runs from that Padres bullpen.
Yeah.
As good as advertised.
Which is great. Mason Miller's been unhittable, clearly.
That's what the trade deadline's for. What?
Yeah.
Making pickups like that.
Fermin had a couple big hits in this game.
He did.
He's had a couple hits in the series. He had that leadoff double. He's caught unbelievably well. Here's the thing. If you ain't going to hit, you throw a 0 spot up. You're the Cubs. In 2 games, you scored 3. And granted, the Padres have scored, 4 in 2 games?
Yeah, I mean, they're pretty close in runs.
So that's kind of a wash. But now you go into this next game, Game 3. It's Darvish against Taillon.
I don't know. We didn't get it announced yet.
Do we have an announcement for who? But anyways, the Cubs have to feel better about the bullpen where they are than the Padres do, right?
It depends how aggressive you want to be. For example, Mason Miller has pitched in back-to-back days.
He has thrown 3 days in a row before this year. I know that.
So then why can't he just pitch again in a Game 3? I mean
he probably can, but they have a long-term investment.
Sure, but okay. Let's say he pitches. And is he going to go 6 outs? Probably not. But could he give them 3 outs in a Game 3?
6 outs tomorrow. Yeah,
Suarez can.
All right, but
Miller can. And then you get a day off.
Score. They didn't score. I mean, it's great. We're going to have all these conversations, this and that. We're kind of more getting into tomorrow. But they didn't score. And not only did they not score, Kyle Tucker got a hit at the last inning. But their offense didn't do any. PCA looked overmatched, right? I mean, they keep swinging at breaking balls, 3-2. Their Padres are kind of pitching them backwards. I mean, Cease is great. Morihone has been – it's been – most of these playoffs have been really no offense. The 1 inning for Cleveland today and the Dodgers last night. Other than that, it's been like, okay, it's been pitcher, pitcher, pitcher.
But this is what many modern hitters talk about. They're like, pitching's out of control good, and now we're just getting the best pitching. And hitters' approaches have changed, so this isn't too much of a surprise. And it's early. Eventually, you get deeper into October, guys get tired, you see the same pitchers over and over. But in a short series like this, it's tough.
The Cubs might see the same guys 3 days in a row tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, that's what San Diego paid up for.
No, that's what San Diego built their team around.
Yep.
And listen, I said from the get-go that was the most fascinating series to me, was the Padres and Cubs, just because of the teams are both loaded with star power, both have great this and that, and that would be the most fascinating to me. The Cubs, again, didn't score. They scored yesterday. They scored 3 runs on back-to-back homers, and they manufactured the run in the ninth, which they kind of were given because of some walks and a wild pitch. Can the Cubs score? Can the Padres score tomorrow? I don't know. If you're facing Yu Darvish, and let's say Cade Horton would look nice right now pitching, coming in for the Cubs, but he's injured, right? So,
yeah.
So it might be 0-0 in the 12th inning. I don't know. It's going to be amazing. In the Guardians and Tigers, it might be 0-0 in that game too.
Yeah, we're going to get to that, but it's good pitching.
It's great pitching, and but to watch the offense, there wasn't even a lot of. I mean, I know the wind's blowing into Wrigley, but there just wasn't a lot of hard hit balls.
Well, that's the thing.
The play by Tatis was nice in the 8th.
But look at the state of the lineups for both sides. The Padres offense has some good hitters on paper, but it has not been a strength for the team this year.
But
for the
Cubs were supposed to score.
They were gangbusters to start the year, but the hitters took a step back.
Falling off.
Yeah, Tucker was out most of
Suzuki's
September.
Been hot as anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Carson Kelly took a dip in the second half. I mean, Matt Shaw has been okay. Ian Happ's been okay. Nico Horner's been on fire the second half.
Yeah, he's been really good.
But he doesn't have the power.
No, he's a base knock, runners in scoring position, come through, make contact kind of guy.
Yeah, so I don't know. I watched this game. It was a fascinating game to watch.
It's a great series.
Strategy. Who's going to get the big hit? And Manny Machado got the big hit. Not only did he get a big hit, but he stood there and watched it for a long time.
As he should. He hadn't looked great, and he hurt himself a little bit sliding for that foul ball. No? He's okay? He's fine?
Did he?
I don't know.
Oh, he laid there for a minute.
Took some time.
He definitely took some time.
Yeah. But first pitch splitter, Imanaga, no chance.
If you watch, and I'll give ESPN credit for this in the broadcast. I think it was Jesse Rogers that interviewed. And I'm not a big interview the guy in the middle of the inning dugout, kind of tricky.
Why?
I don't know. It
takes 30 seconds.
I know, but it's just kind of weird to me.
But they usually actually give you some info.
I know. They do. I don't know. It's just weird. But we've done it, and I've been on the headset when you're talking to people. But here's the thing. They did a great job with this. And I think it was Jesse Rogers said, he threw you last at bat, first pitch split, and you swung and missed at it. Were you looking for it? Of course, Manny goes, I don't look for pitches. He didn't want to give anything away. But hell yeah, you're looking for it, especially with a runner on second and 2 outs. Guess what? You're like, they're not going to probably pitch to me. Oh, crap, he hung a split. Whack. Right? Yeah. That's why you just go like this. Put him on and let Jackson Merrill left on left beat you.
Right. That's what you have Imanaga in the game for.
Yes.
In that pocket, you can avoid Machado. The lane was there.
Yes.
And they chose to pitch
and
to
they
Machado.
had a righty up in the bullpen, too. If that's what you want to go, they had, I think, Colin Ray up in the bullpen.
Sure.
So there was options there, and Craig Counsell went with option C. Give up a 2-run homer.
And that's the game.
Yeah, and I mean, listen, he's normally pretty good about, he's been pretty good in his career about managing stuff. But this time, he wasn't. It didn't work.
What about Dylan Cease with a rocky postseason past and a few starts
but he's
showing
always
up
pitched
here?
Good against the Cubs.
Because
he was an ex-Cub.
He was
traded away from the Cubs.
Walk machine this year, this time around, just one intentional walk.
And that was, who did he walk?
He walked Carson Kelly.
Carson Kelly.
I'm pretty sure
he intentionally walked Carson Kelly, and they brought in Morihone to punch out, or to get, no, he didn't punch him out, but to get Peter Armstrong out.
Yes.
That was the intentional walk. That was it.
Cease was pumping.
He was throwing
99, a hundo.
Pitch great, man.
Few innings
3-2
in.
every time he needed it. Phew, little slider in there.
Here's my thing with Dylan Cease. He has number one stuff.
Oh,
he's had number one stuff for a long time. And he's had some years where it plays for the entire year. This happened to turn into this free agent, can't find the zone disaster.
Yeah, he's still really good, though.
He's really good.
He's really good.
The Padres have pitching talent, and it showed up here in Chicago. So, Game 3 is such a 50-50 ball for me.
Well, yeah, you want to say the Cubs have the advantage, but we don't know who's starting, and Craig Counsell's going to try and get cute with it.
I think the Padres have the advantage because I think they have a better bullpen. I think they're not going to care.
Worn down from 2 days.
I think they're not going to care. Like you said, Suarez has 2 innings. Miller has an inning. We already ate up 3 innings just now.
An inning or 2.
There's 4. Is Michael King going to appear here? Maybe.
Yep.
At least for a couple innings. And let's not act like he hasn't been a reliever before. He's done that too.
I don't know if they would do that, though, coming off his injury. Maybe.
I just think that this is a Game 7 elimination game scenario in a Game 3, and the Padres have an edge in pitching talent. I think the Cubs have a slight edge in the offense, but it's not the offense that it looked like at the beginning of the year.
No.
So we'll see what happens. But great series. Great series. And we get a Game 3.
They have Vasquez, too, who they could use. I don't know if they would want to. But they have Wandy Peralta, who's been pretty good for them, too. David Morgan.
Dude, they have talent. Vasquez is actually a good example of someone who was just kind of there as maybe a 5, 6, 7 starter
Michael King
for a
is
team.
The guy that could be a weapon for multiple innings. I don't know. They would do that, though.
I would try it.
If he says okay, but then you need someone to. If you win, you need someone to start in 2 days. Who?
Bullpen game.
Game 1. Oof.
And then
start Vasquez game 1.
Ooh. And then game 2, you can go back to
game 1 against the Brewers.
Yeah, I think it's possible. The thing with Vasquez is, his velo was up pretty significantly when he came back to the team. Yeah. Late September, right? I'm looking. His velo we were seeing some 97s from him. Like he is, like Kratz always likes to say, got that heavy ball training or something, because suddenly he used to be, I don't know, 92 or 3, and suddenly he's hitting some 97s. I give him credit. But those are our thoughts on this one. It's the Foul Territory post-game show. Great series. Yes. We are powered by MLB 9 Innings 25. Let us shift to another Game 3. Tigers and Guardians in Cleveland. It's happening. Tigers whiffing left and right. 1 for 15 with runners in scoring position. 15 left on base. And the Cleveland Guardians do not have the world's best offense, but they pounced late against the Tigers bullpen. They had 3 home runs in this game. 3 home runs.
Valera's was legit. And then the one that Rocchio hit was legit. That was 100. And then the last one, Bo Naylor hit. He just clipped it out front, man. That's the old clip it out front and flick it, breaking ball. After fouling a ball off his foot that there was a confusion is all get out on. That one right there is legit. Rocchio's was legit, and the crowd was going crazy. The people that were there.
There it is.
No, this is when they went back-to-back doubles.
Schneemann driving in Quan.
And then this one right here. That's just clipping a guy out front.
Nice.
Riding it. But that's a great swing left on left. People always say, you got to stay back. Sometimes you got to get it out front and just get the head through with some bat speed, and especially on a breaking ball. Then you can just shoo. It'll go. But listen, give first of all, Tanner Bybee, unbelievable job, because your pitch count was through the roof, and he kept it was like he was in trouble every inning. It's like, here we go. Detroit's going to break through. They never did. Right? And then the rest of the bullpen, Gaddis, Sabrowski, Herron, Junis, Kate Smith got a little wonky there in the last inning, got out of it. But he threw, how many pitches did he throw? 30?
No.
He's 31.
31.
2 days in a row of 31 today. Is he available tomorrow? Like, to me, the Detroit bullpen is set up much better for tomorrow. I'm assuming Flaherty's starting. I think you said it.
I think so.
I think it's Ciccone.
Ciccone against Flaherty, yeah.
Against Flaherty, yeah. So, how big of a leash will A.J. Hinch have on for Flaherty? Or he starts one time through?
Mize went 3+.
What he did today.
Yeah.
Listen, the Guardians just figured it out somehow, some way.
Well, their offense is in a different place than Detroit right now. The Guardians certainly don't have a scary offense, but the power showed up for them at the right time, and Detroit is just a strikeout mess.
How about they pinch hit for Riley Green today, who was their best hitter pretty much all year?
By far.
And they pinch hit for him in the 7th, what was it, 1st and 3rd? With the lefty?
Herron comes in, Jahmai Jones, who had a 970 OPS against left-handed pitching.
I don't care.
Got screwed on one call, but still, they just chucked curves at him and got him.
I don't care what his OPS is against lefties. Like, Riley Green's your best player in your future, and been your best player for years, all-star multiple times.
I almost felt like A.J. Hinch was sending a message.
To him?
to the team. Like, I'll sub anyone out if you guys can't figure out a better approach.
Received from the whole everybody.
Isn't it weird how the whole approach from the team seems similar? Cody Stavenhagen, who's our Tiger territory guy
today, though.
Right.
That's
for them. That's
normal.
That's good. But Cody posted how many pitches were middle quadrant from Cleveland, and I get it. It's good stuff. It's not like you can hit it, but he was saying, I'm seeing hittable pitches, and then he just feels like they're completely caught in between with their collective approach. A lot of whiffs, a lot of taken strikes. This was at one point early in the game against Tanner Bybee. If I showed you this, you would go, oh, they got to some pitches. I mean, look how many pitches are middle here. These are big league hitters. Do you think that collectively they've lost confidence?
All right, so there's a couple things. One, what were the counts? What were the counts? So you can't just look at a chart without – there has to be more to it. There has to be – maybe some of those middles were 0-0 breaking balls that Tanner Bybee just flipped in there, right?
Even if there's some, like that chart had a ton of middle on it.
Yeah, but you just don't know when it was. Maybe he had just thrown 5 balls in a row. I mean, those aren't that – I mean – I don't know, but also, they hit on it, and they hit on it like so many times in the shadows. Like we got it, the shadows. But they must have said it 100 times in the game, right? The shadows, but both teams have the shadows.
Well,
so there were shadows in Chicago.
Yes, we have shadows in Chicago, and that's brought up. It is a factor. You don't get games during this time period.
Yeah, in Chicago you do.
Yeah, in Chicago you do. But that's true. 2:20 or 1:20.
Cleveland actually does a lot of noon and 1 o'clock games, so I wouldn't say that.
Right.
But again, like you can show all the charts you want, but you got to give me context. Now if you put what the counts were, boom, boom, like if it was like can we show that again? There was like curveball, right, and slider and changeups.
I just want to emphasize this was like
because like let's say
third inning,
there's a change, there's a curveball, there's a couple of curveballs that are kind of middle. 1-0, maybe he dropped a curveball in. Guys aren't going to swing at that, right? Because they don't want to hit that. Now, there's some four-seamers, but a lot of them are at the top-ish part of the zone. The changeups, okay. But again, what was the count? Maybe it was 2-0, and he dropped a changeup in 2-0, like things you don't want to swing at. So I can't really sit here and go, oh, yeah, this is Cody, we love you, but you got to give me some context here, brother. You can't just – and Ben Rice just went deep.
Classic. But that was through 2 innings. So
yeah,
there were a lot more pitches, obviously, throughout the rest of the game where the Tigers had opportunities.
Yes. Oh, they left how many guys on base?
15.
They left 15 on base?
15 left on base.
9-inning game.
Yes.
They ain't winning many games.
I think it was some type of franchise postseason record.
It had to have been.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll see which team has an edge in Game 3. For me, I just think the Guardians are a better team right now than the Scooble-less Tigers. Scooble game's different. A non-Scooble game, I think the Guardians are better.
The only thing I worry, again, is the bullpen for Cleveland is you're going to see some of these guys for the third time in 3 days.
Yeah. But I think their bullpen's in a better spot. We need our boy Slade
Ciccone if you want the Guardians to win to step up big time.
Mm-hmm. Give them some innings.
Yes.
Yeah. But it's an elimination game. You're going to go all out. You're going to worry about the next round to the next round.
Here's what I'm looking for. Can we get 4 Game 3s tomorrow?
Ooh, we might. MLB would be pumped.
Everybody, baseball fans should be pumped about that.
But the wild card round has been fun.
Sweep.
But in terms of the history of the last few years, we talked about it. We haven't had many Game 3s. And some people were like, oh, well, you said, like, oh, you feel the heat in Game 2. But I don't know. I mean, it still was kind of crazy that we had 12, right? 12 in the 3 years and only 2 produced a Game 3. That's a low rank. Exactly. So we're already way ahead of the game. I love it. And we'll figure out what the times are as we're doing this show live right now. We don't know the times yet, so that'll factor in depending on how the 2 later games go. But the Guardians take down the Tigers, and now we have a Game 3 in Cleveland. Very cool to decide those 2 teams out of the AL Central and who's going to make it to the ALDS. So thanks for watching, everyone. Really appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed it. Wrapping up both games here. A reminder to anyone that's watching right now, if you're looking for post-game coverage of the Yankees and the Red Sox, we have the Yankees and the Red Sox perspective. Derek Lewandowski handling pinstripe territory and Robbie Hyde handling Monster territory. So that'll get the job done for you there. Dodgers territory is a party every night with Alana and Clint. So I encourage you to check that out, whether you're watching for Dodgers, Reds, or you're just watching for ball and you just want to see people recap that action. Go for it. And thanks to MLB 9 Innings for powering up this post-game show. Here it is. It's Trout, it's Griffey on the cover. It's a baseball game in the palm of your hands that is free to download on your phone. Icons are in there like Jeter, DiMaggio, Satchel Paige, and more. You can write your own history in the game with all-time greats and lead your team to victory. Here it is.
I'll take it easy on you guys. Whatever.
Hey, Mike, you might want to back up.
Nah, bro, I'm good right here.
Yeah, you got no chance of getting it out of the infield anyway.
Last time you gave me something to hit, I took you deep. Come on in here.
What was that? That's not fair. I wasn't even ready.
Save it, Junior.
That's terrible.
Hey, Mad Dog, give me something to hit.